Hey everybody, welcome to Sociology. I am recording from home. Typically that's where I will be recording from, but this week specifically, I'm teaching from home because I came in contact with a positive COVID-19 case, so I'm quarantined and trying to figure out how to do this at home. So I guess a couple things that I want to say is first, welcome to Sociology. We'll talk about what sociology is. We'll talk about, just like the intro to it. That's our whole first unit. The expectations and things like that as far as how to go about this class digitally. If you had me as a digital, or if you were a digital student in my psych class, it's going to be probably pretty similar, but I'm going to step it up in the sense where I'm going to expect you guys to be participating virtually a lot more than last quarter. It's been a big learning curve for me. Canvas has definitely been new. I didn't use it last year, so this is my first year using it. Technology does not actually do well with me. I think I have some sort of like vibe that it's got to be like a magnetic energy or something that like scrambles technology. But anyway, so be patient with me in that sense. Oh, and I'm Miss Wilkie. I didn't tell you that. I'm Miss Wilkie. I'm very real and candid with you. As you can see, I didn't do anything to my hair and I didn't put any makeup on. So if you're wondering, yeah, I'm at home. I'm in my sweats. Like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. So you guys are gonna show up in your sweats with messy hair probably, and maybe your hood's up or something. So I figured I would just start off like that. Anyway, I've got quite a few of you, I think 20 total, 4th and 5th hour. That's the most digital students I've had. Sociology is something that I taught for my first year, last year. I have 5 sections of it this year. I think last year I only had 2 and then it bumped up to 5. So like something must have been okay. So I am pretty new at it. However, I have been teaching for 11 years, so I'm not new as a teacher, but with this whole Canvas and online thing, I feel like one. I'm always open for questions, so please don't hesitate to ask me things. But I will tell you, I'm a tough love person. As emotional and sympathetic as I can be, I also like to give tough love because I know that the world gives you tough love. And so me trying to get you to problem solve, sometimes make you feel a little bit uncomfortable with like, why did you make that decision? How come you didn't think of this or that or whatever? Or what should you do in this situation? That's really just good for problem solving in the future. So if you feel like I'm being confrontational, I am, because I am confrontational. I'm totally cool with a confrontation, and I don't mean a fight. I just mean like, okay, let's get uncomfortable. Let's talk a little bit about the decision that you made, or maybe I said something that offended you. Let's talk about it. So that's just kind of who I am. I'm just going at this just randomly. I've got a couple notes here. So some of my expectations, first and foremost, you're gonna have to pick up a book. I think I'm gonna have to have one of my colleagues or other teacher friends have to put those out at door 1 for you so you can pick them up, because I'm not gonna be able to be there all week. The other thing is that, let's see. Oh, okay, so I set up my class where you have to go in to the module and you go to the day. So it'll be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day. If you guys don't go to the daily agenda, you're not gonna understand what's going on. If you just do to-do list stuff, sure, you'll get your assignments done, but you're gonna have no context to what those assignments are. With that being said, I do expect you every day to be checking in. You need to be going to the day that we are, read through the agenda. Yes, there will be some things that you have to do that are not going to be graded. Like, for example, I might ask you to read a section of notes or a section and take some notes. Am I going to be able to check those notes? Probably not. Sometimes maybe I'll have them send you send them to me. But basically, I'm not going to assign you busy work just to keep you working. If I ask you to do a section, if I ask you to do a section of notes, I'm basically asking you to do something for the assessment. I will never ever assign you anything that doesn't directly connect to the assessment or to what you're supposed to learn. I know that you probably don't believe me because you probably have teachers that do busy work all the time, but I promise you that I'm only giving you things I need you to do. So I get that you might be like, oh, it's not an assignment on Canvas, I'm not gonna do it. Well, you should, because if I put it in the agenda, it's important. Let's see. Oh, when I do assign an assessment, just so you guys know, assessment and test are the same thing. You only get a day to do it. Everything that I put up is going to be, every assessment that I assign to you guys is going to be due at 11:59 p.m. that day. So if you don't check in that day and you don't get the assessment done, you don't get the points. And then you have to face my wrath. No, but really, you do have to, the expectation is that you have to have, that you're signing in every day, at least if we're not doing a synchronous meeting, that you're actually going to Canvas every day. You're looking what you have to have due. And if it's an assessment, it's due by 11:59. That doesn't mean you started at 11:59. That means it has to be completed and submitted by 11:59. That's definitely something a problem I ran into last quarter. My digital kids just thought, and I know some of you are with me now, and I don't think they were you, but my digital kids thought that they could just do whatever. Like, oh, I can just like log in whenever and like do it. No, that's not how this works. You guys are digital kids, not because you get to just do school whenever, but you have to actually be checking in every single day. Am I gonna make things due every single day? Probably not. There might be some things I want you to get done, but for the most part, my expectation is that everything is going to be due. If you have a Unit 1 homework and you have a Unit 1 assessment, all the Unit 1 stuff is due on the day of the assessment. That's my expectation, all right? And so basically, if you didn't get it done in a day, it's probably not gonna be that big of a deal, but you should definitely do it as soon as you can, at least before the assessment, because you can't turn it in after that. Let's see. Oh, as far as synchronous check-ins, I don't quite have anything down yet. For sure, let's meet Fridays, unless I decide that we don't need to. I'll always be available Fridays in case anybody needs help, even if we don't have a meeting. But my plan is really just for you guys to be checking in normally, because not only digital kids, but my hybrid kids, the ones that are at home, there's just been kind of like some Slack City going on. And I think it's because, not because people don't want to be successful, it's just because no one's really holding them accountable. So I know you don't love that, but it's just kind of a way for me to be consistent. Like I'm your person that's gonna make you get this stuff done, so then you don't have to head all the way to the end of the quarter and be like, shoot, I just really messed this up. Oh, and then when you do check in with me, we do have virtual meetings. If we ever have to do class work stuff, like if you guys are checking in and working with my in-class kids, if you're working in a small group, I really do want your cameras on. We've got new virtual backgrounds now, so if that's an issue, if you don't want people to see like, you know, what your background is, you can do a virtual background. For sure, when you and I are checking in together, I want to see your face. Same thing, you can do a virtual background. It's just because it helps me build a relationship and know who you are. I honestly think that's it for what I have to say, and it's been 10 minutes, so I'm trying to think of anything else. Just keep looking at the daily agenda. I will keep you updated about when you need to check in. I will also keep you updated or put a note in about when you can get books. I really think that you'll be able to pick up books anytime this week. For sure you should by the end of the week, because I know there'll be a section that you have to read. By the way, I'm struggling making this video because it is, hold on, 7 p.m. and I've literally been talking and looking at a screen since 7 a.m. It's 12 hours. I haven't stopped. So if you're like, wow, she can't even talk, like, my brain is fried. Like I said, I'm just being real with you. So textbooks, for sure get them by the end of the week. You're definitely gonna have a section to read. I will make sure that they're out at door 1 for you, and I will explain what they look like. I mean, they say sociology, so yeah. Okay, well, now that I made this really boring video for you, and I mean, at least you can kind of know what kind of person I am, hit me up with any questions, and I'm glad that you're in my class. All right, well, see you later.